A fellow just asked me here, what's different about this film festival, Ebertfest, than every other film festival? And this is really like you're going to Roger's living room and simply turning yourself over to him and saying, okay, what do you got for me? What do you like? It's just that his living room is the Virginia Theater.
I am so happy to be with you this evening. I was hoping that, I always called Roger my boyfriend. I was hoping that my boyfriend would be here with me, and he's not, so I wore his scarf tonight. This week, for the next 5 days, we're gonna celebrate Roger.
All of the films in the festival this year, it almost in retrospect seems like they were so specifically chosen.
The selection is always really personal. And I think that really bleeds into the audience, the idea that a selection would be personal. It's not a corporate selection.
When I was invited here, I felt honored. And then I started reading about Ebertfest and became aware of its prominence. And it's an interesting festival because a lot of film festivals are concerned with it has to be in a premiere festival or it has to be the place where no one's seen the film before. This feels like a real sort of appreciation of cinema festival.
A question I've been asked since we were invited to the festival has been, why do you think Roger Ebert selected your film? And I think back to a simple remark he made about what kinds of films he loves, and he talked about how he tends to love films that are about good people or films that are about people who are trying to get better.
Roger Ebert was always my favorite to read, and I just always trusted him like so many people, and he wrote from the heart, and he wrote about things that mattered, and that movies should make you feel, and the smart should never overwhelm the heart of a movie.
He goes into not just how good the actors are or how much money a film makes, but really interested overall in the story and how the story can go at not just your mind, but your heart.
Roger was really all about the interconnectedness of people. He said that everywhere I go, I seem to recreate another family. The Ebertfest family was and is great, and Roger loved coming down here.
I am at Roger Ebert's Film Festival for the first time and felt like being introduced to a new family. Everyone seemed to know each other and everybody was connected in different sort of ways. Jazz being the warm center of the family, keeping everyone together. Something I can imagine so well Roger did for all these years.
I think it's special that they give these thumbs to honor the guests, but there aren't awards. It's a celebration of cinema at its purest. And there's one theater, people aren't rushing around to get to this screening and hopping out to go into another one. You just sit down in this amazing theater, and you just get to experience it with random people and with friends, and it gives such a sense of community.
This is the kind of heaven for a filmmaker or an actor. People who are here for the art of it, and that's why I'm in it.
It's a small town that has a lot of people who care about the movies and the filmmakers here. And I think when you're a filmmaker, an independent filmmaker especially, you can go to all of these big festivals and get lost in the crowd, and here you feel like you're part of this family immediately. So I think that family vibe makes you realize why you're making art.
Just people who go to see films because they love films and because they love being affected by performances. because it was kind of nerve-wracking actually to get up on the stage afterwards and just see all these faces. And during the Q&A, everybody stayed. That never happened.
Something that I know that happened at this festival that hasn't happened at any festival is that virtually every film was sold out. Even the 1 o'clock shows on Thursday and Friday afternoon, there were no seats empty at the edge of the house.
Buenos dias! There's nothing that I love more than seeing a full house. This is amazing.
I'm like overwhelmed and I'm surprised. When I received the schedule, the program, when I was in Madrid, and they said, oh, 11, nobody's gonna go. And suddenly you come here and you are like in this movie palace, theater palace from the 20s, where silent film was played. It's full. And today I have like this opening act with Tilda Swinton dancing with music of Barry White. I said like, okay, this is the best festival in the world.
The high point of the film obviously had to be Tilda Swinton's appearance. And I talked to her after the dance along and thanked her because it helped Chaz so very much. And she said that's why she did it.
There are a lot of things that he did and influences that he had that we won't really know right away.
I don't know how do you start to thank someone who with sheer kindness changed the course of your life. He showed me what cinema could be and what it could mean. He told me I had a voice and it was valuable. And watching him champion filmmakers of all different kinds of backgrounds, no matter gender, race, or religion, it made me realize the meaning of possibility.
I think Roger's influence is so big, it's almost unquestionable. Roger was kind of one of the, I mean, there's no one else like him. There never will be another like him. I don't think there ever could be.
It's interesting you say that it's very different this year, because in a strange way it feels exactly the same, and that I think is his legacy. I feel as if what that speaks about is he was all about the good company that cinema and cinema enthusiasm provides.
And being here in a place that takes after him and created him. You know, it's a back and forth, I think. You see what he nourished, you see how people loved him, and you get this sense of what the original source must have been like.
I think it's a testament to his legacy that you have this crushing reality of his absence this year, and yet he's never seemed more present.
He spent his life confirming over and over again that movies, of all things, explain the world we live in and explain who we are as human beings. And that was more or less his gift to us.